Dear uncles, aunts, brothers, and sisters, thank you for returning once again to this small space, where every meeting is a chance for us to share simple yet precious things, so that life after 60 is not only healthy, but also warm and full of hope. Have you ever thought that all sweet fruits are the enemies of diabetes, that just one bite could cause your blood sugar to spike and your health to decline if you have? Then you are not alone. Because many older adults share the same fear. And that is exactly why today I want to gently invite you to take a more balanced and understanding look at the sweet gifts that nature offers us. In this video, I will tell you about two extremely sweet and popular fruits that many believe should be avoided, but in reality, they are helping thousands of people better control their blood sugar, improve their health, and still enjoy the loving sweetness that comes naturally. These are fruits that are easy to find, easy to eat, and if used correctly, they can become gentle companions on the journey to staying healthy after the age of 60. So please do not skip today's video, because sometimes the thing that makes all the difference is not a big change, but a small sweet piece of fruit that you eat every day. At the end of the video, I will share the proper way to enjoy sweet fruits so they can become a natural remedy for blood sugar. Please don't miss it. 1. Papaya. Naturally sweet and gentle on blood sugar. Perhaps in the memories of many people, the image of a golden, soft, fragrant plate of papaya served after lunch is something very familiar. However, ever since being diagnosed with diabetes, many uncles and aunts have removed this fruit from their daily meals simply because they are afraid of its natural sweetness. Something that sweet cannot be good for blood sugar. Can it? That question keeps lingering in the mind, causing many to give up a fruit that once brought them such simple joy. But the truth is not quite like that. Recent studies from the National Institute of Nutrition and international medical sources have shown that papaya, when consumed properly, is not only harmless but can also support excellent blood sugar control, especially in older adults. First of all, papaya is one of the fruits that is very easy to digest and rich in soluble fiber, an important element that helps slow down the absorption of sugar into the bloodstream. When sugar is absorbed gradually, the body does not experience a shock and insulin does not need to be released in excess as a result. Blood sugar remains more stable. Moreover, this type of fiber also helps improve digestion and reduce bloating and constipation, issues that many elderly people frequently face. Papaya also contains a very special enzyme called papain, a silent friend of the digestive system. Papain helps the body break down protein more easily, thereby reducing the burden on the pancreas, the organ responsible for producing insulin to regulate blood sugar. When the pancreas is healthy, the ability to control blood sugar improves significantly. Additionally, papaya is rich in vitamin C, vitamin A, and folate, powerful antioxidants that help reduce inflammation, strengthen the immune system, and improve heart function. Chronic inflammation in the body is one of the reasons diabetes worsens, especially in older adults. Therefore, every slice of papaya is not just a snack, but also a small step toward comprehensive health care. Another special point is that papaya has a low to medium glycemic index (GI), so when eaten in moderation, it does not cause a sudden spike in blood sugar as many people mistakenly believe. What matters is how and when it is eaten. Eating papaya in the morning or early afternoon, along with a bit of healthy fat like cashews or a spoonful of unsweetened yogurt, can help slow sugar absorption and bring a lasting feeling of fullness. Many uncles and aunts have shared that since they started adding a few slices of papaya to their breakfast. They feel lighter, digest better, and their sugar cravings throughout the day have also eased. Some even say that after many years of restrictive diets, papaya is the first fruit that allows them to satisfy their taste buds without feeling guilty about their health. There are many simple and varied ways to enjoy papaya. A plate of sliced papaya with a bit of lime juice and a few mint leaves becomes a refreshing dessert that supports digestion. Or you can blend papaya with a bit of soaked oats and chia seeds to make a smoothie that keeps you full. Rich in fiber and helps reduce hunger throughout the day. If you like it cold, cut papaya into small cubes and store them in the fridge. Every time you open the refrigerator and see that beautiful box of fruit, it is like a gentle reminder. Take care of yourself with sweet things that do not harm your health. Interestingly, ripe papaya is soft and requires little chewing, making it very suitable for older adults who have weak teeth or dental issues. Furthermore, It is easy to digest and does not cause bloating like many other fruits. However, just like any other food, papaya should be eaten in moderate amounts. A serving of about 100 to 150 grams each time is appropriate, equivalent to about half a cup of small papaya cubes. It is not recommended to eat papaya immediately after a main meal, especially if that meal contains a lot of starch or protein, as it may increase the digestive burden. And particularly, you should avoid eating it late at night because the digestive system slows down during that time. Papaya is not a miracle cure, but in a world full of limitations for people with diabetes, it is like a small light among the many things that are forbidden, a bit of nature's sweetness, a touch of warm color from a ripe fruit, a gentle way to care for yourself, all come together in each piece of papaya that you can include in your daily diet. As a reminder that good health can begin with small, familiar things. 2. Grapes. Tiny, sweet, and powerful in regulating blood sugar. There is another fruit that is often misunderstood because of its sweetness, and that is grapes, small, juicy, sweet, and irresistibly fragrant. Grapes are often viewed with caution by people with diabetes, who worry that even a small handful might cause their blood sugar to spike. Many, upon merely hearing the word grape, have already crossed it off their list of allowed foods, as if it were a forbidden treat. But in reality, if understood correctly and consumed properly, grapes are a very special nutritional gift for older adults living with diabetes. What makes grapes truly special is the amount of resveratrol found in their skins, especially in red and purple grapes. Resveratrol is a powerful antioxidant that many studies have shown can improve insulin sensitivity, helping the body use sugar more efficiently and reducing the risk of a post-meal blood sugar spike. This is a very important factor for people with diabetes, because when insulin functions well, the body can maintain stable blood sugar levels without relying heavily on medication. Grapes also contain valuable plant compounds such as anthocyanin and quercetin, which help reduce inflammation, protect blood vessel walls, and support heart function. For older adults with diabetes, maintaining heart health is an essential part of managing the disease. Several reports from reputable health organizations, including Harvard Health Publishing, have emphasized the role of colorful berries, including grapes, as a source of nutrients beneficial for blood vessel health and natural blood pressure regulation. What is remarkable is that despite their distinct sweetness, grapes have a low to medium glycemic index GI, which means the sugar in grapes is absorbed slowly thanks to their natural fiber content and complex sugar structure. This is unlike the refined sugars found in candies or soft drinks. When grapes are eaten slowly, one by one, the body has enough time to process the sugar in a safe and gentle manner. Another benefit of grapes is their support for blood circulation and the reduction of chronic inflammation, especially in areas such as the feet, knees, or small joints where people with diabetes often feel tingling or fatigue. The compounds in grapes help blood vessels expand more effectively, improve blood flow, and thus reduce the feeling of heaviness in the limbs after a long day. For older adults, a small bunch of grapes kept in the refrigerator is like a gentle invitation whenever the craving for something sweet arises. Eat each small grape slowly, savor the mild sweetness on the tongue, and chew slowly to make the most of the fiber and nutrients in the grape skins. A reasonable serving should be about 10 to 15 grapes at a time, which is approximately a small handful, just enough to bring satisfaction without causing a sudden rise in blood sugar. One way to enjoy grapes that many people love is to pair them with low-fat cheese or a small handful of unsalted almonds. The combination of sweetness, richness, and nuttiness helps slow down sugar absorption, while also providing protein and healthy fats that support lasting fullness. This is an ideal light snack for mid-morning or afternoon, when the body needs a gentle energy boost. Grapes can also be turned into a refreshing treat for hot summer days. Simply wash the grapes, cut them in half, and place them in a food container. Then put them in the freezer after a few hours. You will have frozen grape candies that are sweet, cool, and completely free of refined sugar. This is a wonderful alternative to ice cream or carbonated drinks, helping to cool down while still protecting your health. Some uncles and aunts have shared that just a small handful of grapes in the afternoon is enough to eliminate the craving for a sweet pastry later in the day, something they previously found hard to resist. Moreover, eating grapes regularly can also improve mood, thanks to the antioxidants that support brain function and emotional stability, especially in the post-60 phase of life when many people feel anxious or forgetful. However, as with any food, it is important to eat grapes in the right way and the right amount. Grapes should be eaten whole, not juiced. To maximize the intake of fiber and nutrients in the skin, do not eat too many in one sitting, and especially avoid eating grapes as a dessert after a starchy meal, because the body has already absorbed enough sugar from the main course, and adding grapes at that time can lead to overload. In a world full of dietary restrictions and forbidden food lists, grapes are like a sweet note that does not rebel, a way for people with diabetes to still enjoy the pleasure of eating without compromising their health, and when understood properly. Each grape is not just food, but a small gift of freedom in the journey of self-care. 3. Eating sweet fruits the right way. After learning about the wonderful benefits of papaya and grapes, many uncles and aunts might wonder, so how should we eat them properly? Is eating them every day a good thing? That is a completely valid question, because even the healthiest foods must be consumed at the right time, in the right way, and in the right amount, especially for those living with diabetes. One of the most common mistakes people make is eating fruit at a time when the body is already full of sugar. That is, right after a main meal, especially meals high in starch like rice, noodles, or bread. At that time, blood sugar levels are already elevated. Adding fruit, even natural fruit, can cause blood sugar to exceed the safe limit. Therefore, instead of eating fruit as a dessert after a main meal, it is better to move fruit to a snack time, such as mid-morning or mid-afternoon, when the stomach has digested most of the previous meal and the body needs a light energy boost. The best time to eat sweet fruits is in the morning after drinking plain water, or in the afternoon when you feel a little hungry. A cool slice of papaya or a few grapes with some seeds can help maintain stable energy without causing a sudden spike in blood sugar, especially for those who often experience mild hypoglycemia in the afternoon. A small portion of fruit can restore alertness without the need for candy or sugary drinks. Another important rule is to combine fruit with protein or healthy fats to slow down sugar digestion. For example, when eating papaya, you can pair it with a little unsweetened yogurt or a few cashew nuts. With grapes, try eating them with low-fat cheese or unsalted roasted almonds. This way of eating not only helps you feel full longer, but also slows the rate of glucose absorption into the blood, preventing sharp increases in blood sugar after eating. One small but very helpful tip is to eat fruit slowly and chew thoroughly. When you chew well, the body has time to detect the amount of sugar being absorbed, allowing the pancreas to adjust insulin more appropriately. At the same time, chewing thoroughly creates a quicker feeling of satisfaction, helping you eat less while still feeling full. Equally important is to write down how your body responds after each time you eat fruit. This is a very simple habit but brings long-term benefits. You just need a small notebook to record the time of eating, the type of fruit, the amount consumed, and how you feel within 1 to 2 hours afterward. Do you feel sleepy, tired, or more alert? Do you crave sweets more? These notes act like a map to help you better understand your body and adjust your diet accordingly. And finally, do not forget one very important but often overlooked factor: convenience. No matter how good fruit is, it is easy to forget if it is not readily prepared. So try cutting up papaya or grapes in advance, storing them in a sealed container in the refrigerator, so that whenever you open the fridge, a healthy snack is already waiting for you. Seeing healthy food that is easy to reach makes us more likely to eat it instead of choosing cookies or less suitable snacks. For older adults, changing eating habits is not always easy. But if you start with small steps, like eating fruit at the right time, choosing the right kinds, eating slowly, and writing down your feelings, those small steps can lead to lasting and positive change. There is no need to give up sweetness. You just need to learn to love your body in the right way through every piece of carefully chosen fruit. When you understand that not all sweet fruits are harmful, and when you know how to eat them wisely, you can fully maintain a joyful connection with nature through the taste of fruit each day. A morning with a few slices of papaya, an afternoon with some cool grapes. These are not just snacks, but subtle care that you give to yourself, gentle yet deeply meaningful. 4. Common misunderstandings that cause older adults to lose the joy of eating fruit. One of the things that often makes uncles and aunts feel tired on their journey to manage diabetes is not the medication or the numbers on the glucose meter, but the feeling of being deprived of the joy of eating. And fruit, once a symbol of nature, freshness, and comfort, has become the villain in the eyes of many after being diagnosed with diabetes. The most widespread and common misunderstanding is the belief that the sweeter the fruit, the more dangerous it is. That may sound reasonable, but in fact, it is unfair. The sweetness we taste does not fully reflect the impact on blood sugar. Some fruits that taste quite sweet are actually rich in fiber, water, and antioxidants, which help slow the absorption of sugar and even support the natural regulation of insulin, as seen in the previous sections. Papaya and grapes, although sweet, carry valuable nutrients and mechanisms that help stabilize blood sugar effectively when consumed properly. The second misunderstanding is the thought that having diabetes means one must completely avoid all fruit. In reality, many doctors and nutritionists today encourage people with diabetes to eat fruit, but with thoughtful selection and proper moderation. Completely removing fruit from the diet may lead to unexpected consequences, such as a lack of fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants, making the body weaker, digestion poorer, and increasing the risk of complications such as constipation, infections, dry skin, weak vision, or insomnia. There is a small story that I still remember clearly. It is about a man in his 60s who, after being diagnosed with prediabetes, immediately removed all kinds of fruit from his meals. He replaced them with whole wheat bread and boiled eggs because he heard they were safe. After 3 months, although his blood sugar had not increased, he began to feel constantly tired. His skin became rough, his digestion irregular, and he suffered from frequent insomnia. After being guided to eat fruit properly again, he gradually felt better and his mind became clearer. This is a vivid example that eliminating fruit entirely is not the solution, and in some cases, it may be the very reason for declining health. Another common misunderstanding comes from incomplete word-of-mouth advice. Many people only hear that fruit is not good to eat without being given an explanation or alternatives. And then, out of fear, they give up even healthy foods. Turning away from the natural sweetness offered by fruits. This leads to a quiet but concerning consequence. Older adults begin to lose interest in meals, and over time may fall into states of poor appetite, weakness, stress, and increased vulnerability to conditions such as depression, osteoporosis, or muscle loss. Some people may think, it is fine if I do not eat fruit. Vegetables are enough. But fruits and vegetables are not the same. Fruits provide many nutrients that vegetables do not, such as vitamin C from papaya, resveratrol from grapes, and various flavonoids and antioxidants that protect blood vessels, the brain, and the skin. The body needs diversity from different food groups to maintain balance, especially as we age and nutrient absorption becomes less efficient. Another misunderstanding is equating natural sugar in fruit with refined sugar. The sugar in candies, sodas, and processed foods is absorbed quickly, causing blood sugar to spike. But the natural sugars in fruit come with fiber, water, and micronutrients that help regulate absorption. This fundamental difference makes fruit an essential part of a balanced diet, even for people with diabetes. It can be said that these misunderstandings affect not only dietary habits but also the mental well-being of older adults. When people think they have to suffer through a life of strict avoidance, it is easy to become tired and lose motivation. But when we are empowered with knowledge and guided on how to eat properly, fruit once again becomes a part of joy, of self-care that is gentle and proactive. So, if someone tells you, diabetics must say goodbye to fruit, you can smile and reply, no, I am simply learning how to eat fruit in a way that suits my body, because in truth, good health does not mean giving up all that is sweet. It means learning to keep the sweetness in the right way, at the right time, and in a way that honors your body. When we look back at everything we have shared, we realize that nature is far more generous and gentle than we often imagine. while modern people rush to find medicines, pills, and all kinds of supplements, somewhere in the home garden, at a countryside market stall, or right in a simple kitchen. Ripe papayas and small clusters of purple grapes quietly remain as a gentle part of healing. Papaya and grapes, two fruits that once seemed to be off limits, turn out to be silent companions, if we know how to use them correctly. They are not miracles, nor are they replacements for medication, but they are familiar, accessible choices that help older adults maintain their health in a gentle way, without pressure, and without complexity. For those who have ever felt as though the sweetness of life was taken away because of diabetes, fruit offers a gentle response. It reminds us that we can still enjoy the flavors of nature, as long as we listen to our bodies and love ourselves with understanding. Health does not come from giving up everything. It comes from wise choices and consistent care in the small things we do each day. You do not need to be perfect. You just need to be someone who chooses carefully and learns to cherish yourself through every bite and every sip. Each slice of papaya brings your body precious fiber, enzymes, and vitamins. Each grape is a chance for your blood vessels to relax, your mind to settle, and your taste buds to be soothed by a healthy sweetness. More importantly, every time you choose a beneficial fruit, you are sending a message of care and life to your own body. Today, if you have a few slices of papaya in the fridge or a clean bunch of grapes sitting in a basket, treat yourself to a small portion, not because someone told you to eat it, but because you deserve to be cared for. You deserve to enjoy good things, even if they are small. This is also how each of us gently walks toward health, peace, and a simple but lasting joy in life.